Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new to this place, please consider subscribing, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. In this video, I have a review of the new variant or new flanker of the Maya series by Lattafa. Apparently there's been two new releases. There's one that is called Maya Natural Intense, and then there's another one called Maya Cherry Intense, but the Cherry Intense I have not spotted it myself, so I'm here to speak about the Maya Natural Intense, which is apparently a green bottle, but I didn't pick up a full bottle because fortunately I was able to sample it, and it's a scent profile, although I think I have things which are quite similar, so there was no need for me to pick up 100 ml, because I feel I have things in my collection that I can compare these with, across all boards. One in the celebrity section, one in the designer section, one in the niche section, that this Maya Natural Intense puts you in that mind frame, not necessarily the same. So in this fragrance, the top notes are fig, coconut, water, green tangerine, and then melon. The middle notes are lotus, jasmine, and water lily, and the base notes are musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and ambroxan. When you check on other websites for this fragrance, it gives you a totally different note structure, including lychee and raspberry. I don't agree with those note structure, but on Lattafa's official website, these are the notes that you get: fig, coconut, water lily, lotus, musk, sandalwood, vanilla, and ambroxan. That is what you get from the official Lattafa website. So based on the notes that I am able to sort of gather from here, I want to go with the original note description. And this fragrance, if there is one thing I can tell you about this particular fragrance, it is absolutely nothing. It is absolutely nothing like the OG Maya, which is supposed to be a dupe for Angel Nova by Mugler. This is a dupe for Angel Nova by Mugler. I remember the first time I talked about this, like exactly 1 year ago, the review I gave to this particular fragrance when it was newly released. When I spoke about it, I said it's sort of, to me, it reminded me of a flanker of Armani's My Way, and people were coming for me. So I know better now. I know it's a dupe for Armani's Angel Nova by Mugler, but it still sort of, reminds me, it still feels like it could be a flanker, honestly, but apparently the correct dupe is Angel Nova by Mugler. This Maya and then the Maya Natural Intense have nothing in common. There is no, this one is very fruity, raspberry, lychee, sparkling, effervescent, very sweet, fruity, happy-go-lucky. And this one is, at the total end of the spectrum. This one is more of a green, fresh, clean fragrance, in simple terms. It is very green in the sense that it has the water lily, the lotus, the fig and coconut water. It's not like a heavy meaty coconut scent at all. It gives you that very refreshing, light, watered down, aquatic sort of, feel. It is not like a very salty marine fragrance at all. You get a dose of that fig, and in this fragrance, the fig in this reminds me of green tea. It comes across as green tea to me. I normally do not like a lot of fig fragrances, but the fig in this one comes across as green tea, coupled with that is what you smell the most. And then the melons, they don't categorically state the type of melon that this one is composed of, but I get something like cantaloupe. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. That cantaloupe, that melon, that green melon, and when you cut it, the inside is or orangey, it gives me that sort of, cantaloupe smell. So in that regard, I'm able to compare it to, it has like so many aspects of so many fragrances that I have in my collection that I'm able to compare them with. If you are into Middle Eastern fragrances, for example, This Maya Natural Intense is going to remind you of Vibrant Vetiver Delight by Emir Paris. Paris Corner. You know, it is not the same. This one is more of a very candid lemon citrusy, but it has this very grass refreshing feel that this one puts me in the mind frame of, you know. So if you love this fragrance, you're going to be reminded about it when you have Maya Natural Intense, because it has that green, refreshing, aquatic, very this one is not effervescent, but this one is quite effervescent and refreshing, whilst this one is more floral and aquatic, you know, but it gives you the same sort of vibes. If you are into niche fragrances, or let's say those clean girl, non-toxic, non-chemical sort of fragrances, like the clean reserves, the philosophies, the those clean fragrances, you know, without any chemicals, then it's going to remind you of this fragrance known as Layla Lou by Rosie Jane. This one, it's not super popular, but I know they sell it at Sephora. Sephora has this the whole line. This one is predominantly a grass and pear scent with some nectarine. It puts me in the same mind frame. It's like freshly cut grass on a very, you know, like a spring morning, you know, then you cut some fresh grass, you know, and then you have this very very juicy pear, you know. That is what this one is. So it puts me, this one puts me in that mind frame, you know. They don't smell alike, but these two are about 50%, you know, similar. Let's say these two are about 50% similar. That is by Rosie Jane, Layla Lou, and then the one from the Middle East is about, it's just about 60% similar, you know, but they all put you in the same mind frame. This one is much more floral, much more melon, you know, the melon, the cantaloupe, you know. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. This one is much more of that green tea floral plus the melon, you know, and then a little bit of that musky sandalwood at the base. The vanilla, not so much, you know, just probably a touch of vanilla to bring it some sweetness. And when it comes to the designer fragrances, it reminds me of Acqua di Gio by Armani. It reminds me of this particular fragrance, Acqua di Gio by Armani. It has the same sweetness of Acqua di Gio. However, this one is a little more polished, although this one doesn't have any scratches, or this one doesn't have any scratchy feel about it. It's very smooth, very well blended. It doesn't have any Middle Eastern twist to it at all. It smells like a fragrance that can come out of the brand Clean Reserves or Philosophy, you know. It smells like that. But when it comes to the designer realm, it gives me something, you know. The closest in my collection that I can compare Maya Natural Intense with is this, you know, all these fragrances. And when it comes to the celebrity fragrance, the one fragrance that I have here, but I don't know where I put it there, one fragrance it reminds me of is Jennifer Lopez's Still, you know, Still by Jennifer Lopez. That one has Earl Grey tea, which I believe is like a black tea, but this one is more of a green tea, you know. The thick comes across as green tea to me, so it gives off this sort of refreshing grass, not herbal, you know. It doesn't give me herbal, but it gives me something grass, refreshing, clean, spa-like, you know, that sort of spa-like feel that Still by Jennifer Lopez has. It has the same quality, so you get like characteristics of a whole lot of fragrances in this one. So it's a very good one, honestly, very good one. It doesn't give you any Middle Eastern feel at all. It is well done. A hint of musk, a hint of vanilla to bring out some sweetness. It has the same sort of sweetness as Acqua di Gio. It has the same green refreshing features as Vibrant Vetiver Delight. It has the same tea spa-like quality as Still by Jennifer Lopez, and then that sort of, you know, freshly cut grass, fresh sort of, you know, feel from Layla Lou by Rosie Jane. So it's like a whole lot, you know. And that is why I didn't feel the need to have a full bottle. So if you are that, you know, that sort of clean girl, you know, I think this can be very it can be very unisex, you know. It's not too sweet, it's not, you know, it's like aqua de joa. I think men can, although they have the aqua de joe, you know, whatever it is, they can still rock the female version, in my opinion. I think this one, although it is marketed towards women, is quite unisex, you know, because it's not overly sweet, overly feminine, you know. You just get that fresh, aquatic, clean, a little sweetness, you know, with the citruses, you know, whilst this one doesn't really have any citrusy feel about it, but it puts you in the mind frame of all these fragrances. Is it full bottle worthy? I think so. If I didn't have these fragrances, I think I would have, you know, picked up a full bottle, but I don't want like a lot of redundancy in my fragrances. So now I'm trying to do a lot of sampling, decant, and all those things before I attempt to buy a full bottle. So that is all I have about this. The longevity part, it's about 2.5 hours on skin, you know. It's not very it doesn't really fill up any room, you know. As in most of these clean fragrances, they don't fill up a room, you know. From my little experience, what I know is it gives you about 2 hours that people arm's length can smell you. Then after that, it becomes like a very soft, delicate, feminine sort of, you know, skin scent, you know, that people arm's length can still smell. But on clothes, it lasts about 5 to 6 hours, you know. So it's not a bad, you know, the performance is not bad at all. If you don't want anything to stick the whole day, you want something on the go as a signature scent, as an everyday fragrance, as a clean, fresh, crisp, delicate, soft, gentle fragrance, I would absolutely, you know, recommend this one. You know, you get that melon. And, you know, when it comes to one other thing that I forgot, when it comes to like an old school scent, for example, there's an old school, you know, scent that this also reminded me of, and this is Calvin Klein's Escape, you know. I have these minis here. It reminds me, because of that melon, you know, which I believe is cantaloupe, you know. It reminds me, the opening especially, when you know, that is very heavy on that melon, and you get that same like a subdued sort of melon in this one, you know. So it has like elements of a lot of fragrances that I already have in my collection, and I love, you know, I love all these fragrances by the dents that I have put in them, you know. This one is heavily dented, this is also very heavily dented, this one, and then my Le Lalou is also very heavily dented. So there's absolutely no need to get a full bottle. But if you are looking for something for everyday fresh, you know, then I'll absolutely recommend that you go for Maya Natural Intense. It has nothing to do with the OG Maya. It has nothing to do, although it's supposed to be a flanker. It's like it could have been a fragrance, a new sort of, you know, line on its own, you know. But I don't know why they decided to call it a Maya flanker, you know. But I mean, it's them, they know what they are doing. So it is not really it doesn't really take the line of the raspberry, lychee, effervescent, happy-go-lucky sort of, you know, feel. It gives me something like I wanted to dress like how it smells. So it's like, it's not tropical, you know, but it gives me this very spring, summer, clean, simple, not too much makeup and too much everything, you know, very something simple, very low heel or flats, you know. Carry your bag and you are ready to go. That is the feel that Maya Natural Intense gives me. So that is all I have about this particular fragrance, and I hope this review was helpful. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.